Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the e-commerce minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts Bart Mraz and John Suter. The e-commerce minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's e-commerce minute for April 10th, 2018.
In today's episode, most retailers miss the mark on social media.
Happy birthday, Bart.
Oh, thanks.
Most retailers are visible on social media, but they might not be doing such a great job. Nearly 92% of all retailers have a Shop Now button on their posts, which sends them to the website or app. This is according to a new study titled The Social Shopping Report, as conducted by Astound Commerce Insights. Retailers are also getting better at communicating via social channels, with over 79% of surveyed retailers offering direct messaging options. But contact detail like email and phone numbers were often hard to find, said the study, with just 28% of the retailers providing basic contact info on their social sites. The larger problem is that many of the retailers are not posting what customers really want. The researchers noted that among topics consumers really want to hear about is free shipping, which was highlighted in social media by only 7% of those in the survey. The report followed a few dozen retailers on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and took a peripheral look at Snapchat and Pinterest as well. Researchers looked at the freshness of the content, any tactics that might lead users to check out the merchandise, and how retailers stacked up on variables like shipping and the ease of direct communication. QVC and Victoria's Secret reigned supreme in the period, but Barnes & Noble was also aggressive in its messaging on social media, according to the report. Not surprisingly, Sephora's social media content mirrored its stores, with product displays that inspire social shoppers, leading with Twitter and Instagram, Astound said. Considering that the study was conducted over the holidays, retailers' posts were surprisingly low on messages about promotions at a time when shoppers are keen on finding deals and getting free shipping. Given the desire for free shipping among shoppers, it's surprising to see its low penetration on social media, according to the report, which found shipping offers average 7% on Facebook, 11% on Twitter, and 3% on Instagram, or 7% overall. Short-term and last-minute deals like exclusives and gift cards are ideal initiatives to blast out on social media channels, Astound said. Social media consumption continues to rise. Astound calculates that average use has risen in 2017 to 135 minutes per day and rising, up from 126 minutes in 2016.
Yeah, that's going to go up. That's just given.
Yeah, it's not going away. So the point is retailers need to pay attention to what their customers want.
Absolutely. I mean, socials is where it's at, right? Like it doesn't really matter. It's going to be more marketed and given and stuff like that. It used to be novel, and now really, it's like a thing.
And it's really evolved because it's more measurable than it ever was. Yep. It's not just, put a picture of the handbag up on the website and over on the Facebook and it'll be okay.
On the Facebooks.
On the Facebooks and that'll be okay. It's really neat because I know because we do our own social here and there's so many tools out there now. It's almost a crime if a retailer doesn't take advantage of half of what's out there.
Right.
And I don't think, I mean, it really depends on the size of your company, but if you're a small to medium size e-commerce company, you could probably do most of this stuff in-house.
It's pretty much always ROI positive, right? Like you're not, your ads are just out there, like, or you put it up on your own social. That's fine. You're not just doing organic stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's aside from any kind of AdWords and stuff like that you're doing, or Facebook ads, or, it all depends on your niche. Not surprising on here that beauty seems to lead when it comes to social, especially like a company like Sephora. Those guys really have it nailed when it comes to knowing their customer and knowing what their customer wants. And again, not surprising, it's beauty leading the way.
Yeah, I mean, they are also tracking it really, really well. I mean, I know Sephora does. So, I mean, that's always going to be up there.
Yep. Okay, so moral of the story is get social, people. Anything else, Bart?
If you want to learn more, go to newrulesofretail.info.
That's our white paper. You can download a free copy of our white paper. That is at newrulesofretail.info. Newrulesofretail.info. I'll say it again, newrulesofretail.info. And we have links on our website, ecommerceminute.co. Full show notes, past shows, even future shows. Not really. That's not really there. So go to our website, ecommerceminute.co, for full notes and past shows. Subscribe. There's all kinds of stuff on there. There's even pictures of us, even pictures of Bart. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Bart. Happy birthday, Bart. How old are you? 25?
Thank you. I'm 5.
You certainly act like it.
Oh!
That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. Happy birthday, Bart.
Oh, God.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.